Alright, I'm going to show off my firewood bundler real quick. This is based off, I guess, the Hudson sells a firewood bundler, and there's an Amish made one. There's a couple different people out there that make them. One was belt driven, one was chain driven. Mine's chain driven only because this is a 520 chain off a dirt bike. I had extra sprockets actually using my old sprockets on my old chain that I had sitting around. So that's a Renthal chain there, chain sprocket, 51 tooth. I think this is like 13 or 11. I honestly wish this was a bigger sprocket, so when you crank the handle, you don't have to crank it so many times to turn it around. But it works, and it doesn't makes it easy to crank. So basically what I got, a bunch of square tubing that I got off a job site they were using to support some equipment, some medical equipment when in shipment. And when they were done with it, they're getting ready to throw it away. So I had a bunch of these like square tubing frames. So there's actually, I think there's 4 of them that I used for this. This is one. This is another one that I have put on its side here. I just cut the ears off the top. And then same thing here on this side. I got another one for the legs. And then this piece here is just this is what was left of the last one there. I just kind of used it for parts. This is for a little bit of adjustability in my U and my cradle here. Basically, the hardest thing I had to kind of figure out. Well, let me go over my material. I got a piece of 1/2 inch by 3 foot rod here. It's not 3 foot, but that's what it wasn't. I think it's like 30 inches or something is all I needed. 2 1/2 inch pillow blocks. I got these off of Amazon. I think they were like, I don't know, $15, $14. I got a piece of 5/8 rod that runs up through here. They're 2 5/8 flange, 4-bolt flange bearings. What I did was, so this rod is welded. Let me see if I can't get a better look at it. This rod is actually welded to the frame up underneath, and I've got some bracing underneath to keep this nice and stiff. But this doesn't move. The rod doesn't move. I got a piece of 1/2 inch black steel pipe, and it actually fits directly over top of that perfectly. And there's a bolt through it so that the steel plate, this front plate, doesn't move. So this doesn't move. The rod doesn't move. The chain, so I got a piece of steel that I've got bolted the sprocket to the steel, okay? And then on the other side of the steel, I welded 2 arms, one for the actual wrap itself, and then one I got a counterweight, just a piece of block of steel that I use for a counterweight to keep. And basically what that does is when it's sitting flat, it always has the wrap off to one side. So that way, when you go to load it, this isn't sitting, directly over top of what you're trying to do here. So that always kind of sits, the counterweight sits like that. And then for the actual wrap itself, I'm using 12-inch wrap. I took some steel. I basically just made some aligning washers. So inside of here is a thin piece of steel that's just the shape of the wrap. So I got one on either side, and then that's a piece of 5/8. This is a piece of 5/8 rod that I've welded to the arm here. So the arm's welded to the plate steel, and then so what actually is happening is the bearings, you're spinning around the hub. So that's how that works. And those bearings, these flange bearings, they were only like 14 or 15 bucks off Amazon too. So I've got about $30 in bearings, and then I've got $30 in rod, 5/8 rod, 1/2 inch rod, 5/8 all thread, and then 5/8 steel rod. I bought A 3-foot piece, I only need maybe 6 inches of it, so there's a lot left over on that one. And then what I did with this, with the arm, so this is 5/8 all thread. I might put another nut on the back side, like a locking nut, but so far it hasn't been an issue. But nut on the back. I have this is a valve spring off of a Jeep that I had laying around. That's for my tension, so I can tighten up and set the tension on the actual wrap itself. And then, yeah, just welded a little handle onto the side here, and this will spin. You know, I got this lubed, and I just need to take and maybe weld a washer or something so that the handle doesn't come off. But, you know, you spin the handle, and the wrap goes around the bundle. And I don't have any firewood here to show it, but it works perfectly. So you just load your wood in to the tray, and then grab the plastic wrap, wrap that plastic, you know, hold the wrap on the wood, and send her around a couple of times. So that's my firewood bundler. So thanks.